Okay, so today we're going to talk about how the human being is a mammal. So when a mammal eats, the food they eat goes from their mouth and to their stomach. The stomach digests the food, and the digested food passes into the intestines. So here the blood picks up the nutrients from the digested food and carries them through all parts of the body. Undigested food passes out of the body. So there's another thing that is needed in order for food to be used by the body. And this is oxygen. So where does this oxygen come from? Most mammals live on land, and oxygen is the air that mammals breathe. Mammals breathe or inhale the air containing oxygen into lungs. So blood passes through the lungs and picks up the oxygen, which it uses to process the food for the body. So in the meantime, the body has burned up the food fuel and produces carbon dioxide. The lung picks up this waste carbon dioxide, and the body breathes it out or exhales it. I have this booklet called Mammals. So mammals' bodies are covered in hair. Am I covered in hair? Well, I have hair. I have eyebrows. I have hair on my head. I have some hair on my hands. Sometimes, and of course, I get hair on my legs too. So every human being has at least parts of their bodies covered by hair. Could be on your eyebrows, your arms, your legs, your chest, and some people might not. Well, how do mammals move? So mammals move by a means of 4 limbs. So yes, babies, when they crawl, use 4, but when they grow up, they use 2 to walk, and the other 2 limbs are used for doing other things, such as carrying things, throwing things, using them to eat. So 2 limbs are moving forward, and the other 2 are doing things for the body. So if you wanted to move about with 4 limbs, you still could do it if you wanted. Well, mammals, their food is digested in a stomach and a very long intestine. And if you see here, we have large and small intestine. So how do mammals digest this food? So you know that every form of life needs food to meet its needs to survive. So you bring in the food through what we call the mouth, and then we have a stomach to digest it. The mouth has enzymes to break down the food, and the stomach does that too. The intestine breaks it down further to be able to take in the nutrients that are needed. Well, mammals also have a heart that is divided into 4 chambers. So if you see here, we have a chamber here, 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 and here. So that makes 4. So the fact here is that you have this pump that pumps blood all throughout your body, and we call it the heart. Well, how do mammals breathe? Well, they breathe by a means of lungs. There's a system with your lungs that cleans the bloodstream. The lungs are an organ that brings in the air to the blood. So we need oxygen from the air in our blood. Well, what about reproduction? How? Well, for mammals, the young is developed inside their mother who suckles them. So human beings don't lay eggs. When human beings are born, they start to breathe, and a mother can usually nurse them to give them some food. Well, we also have an inner skeleton. So you know that, of course, that you have an elbow. You can feel your jawbone in your face. We can call the mammal a vertebrae. That means the human being is a vertebrae. You have a spine, and the bones in the spine are also called a vertebral column. So we can learn more about this if we wanted to. Maybe there's something you want to learn more into detail about. Why don't you try making your own booklet or chart that talks about the human being as a mammal? Or if you're interested in learning about another body system, such as like the skeletal system, the urinary system, maybe you can make a poster or chart or booklet